Where do I begin to tell the story?
So I am in the bath. Well, it's Friday, October 18th. So I don't really know much about social media. Oh, before I proceed, thank you, Sade. If you do not know who Sade is, her name is Sade Watkins. She does beauty videos, hair videos, styling videos, and my favorite of her is her talking videos, where she just speaks from the heart and the mind and the soul, and I love it. She's very articulate. I probably have been inspired by her to come on here and talk my shit. I'm maybe most likely inspired by her because she is just so good. She's so wonderful to watch. Like, she's really engaging and entertaining at the same time. I'm always excited when she uploads. So yes, she shouted me out on Instagram, and it brought me a whole lot of love. So thank you so much, Sade. I owe you one. So back to the advice. I don't really know much about social media. I don't know what what's the word I'm looking for? I guess the culture of friendships or creative friendships. I don't know. So this is what happened. I don't follow people on social media. On my YouTube, I have 3 Instagrams. I have one that's Isabel on YouTube, and I just wanted to snatch up the name. I was told that I needed an Instagram to go along with my YouTube to try and succeed and, reach broader audience, larger audience. And I got Isabel on YouTube because it was my name that I finally decided on for YouTube, Isabel on YouTube. And so I wanted to make sure to snatch up that name on Instagram. Isabel's Garments is where I sell clothes. So to have the same name of my stores online, I snatched Isabel's Garments up on Instagram. And then there's Isabel on Earth, is what I write in my journal. So my journal is like, if my journal had a name, it would be Isabel on Earth, or a title rather, because I'm on Earth and this is my story. So anyway, again, I don't live on social media. I live in the real world. So I don't know it that well. I don't know what the politics are. Instagram was popping for a few years before I even got it. I never even wanted it. And it's not just because I don't really know what to do on there, so I post pictures, and I don't really care to post pictures, especially selfies, especially pictures of myself. I don't want to see pictures of myself. And the people that I knew that had Instagram, their friends really annoyed them, or family members really annoyed them, and they just bashed them. Like, I knew this one guy who would talk shit about his sister on Instagram. Like, the stuff that she puts up is so annoying, and this and that. And I'm like, why don't you unfollow her? Or a guy that's talking shit about his friend, or a girl that's talking shit about her friend, whoever. Why don't you just unfollow her and save your friendship? Like, save the fact that you love her still. You know what I mean? I don't understand that. Like, I don't understand that. And maybe that turned me off to Instagram too. Like, I thought to myself, if I get an Instagram, is it going to be this negative thing where people just talk shit about each other on the low? Like, someone uploads a selfie and here everybody goes making fun of her for uploading her 500 selfie. Like, aside from the people that I follow that were sort of supporting each other creatively, aside from those people, and I don't even feel like I support anyone because I don't look at anyone. I don't look at anyone's stuff. I go on Instagram to post a thumbnail saying, hi, I just posted a video, please watch it if you want. Or I go on there to look for specific people. Like, to look for inspiration from specific people that I love, that I admire, that help me grow in life. So I recently unfollowed someone who was a friend of mine from back in the day, like a old friend of mine. We were really cool at one point. She's really successful. In my opinion, she's really successful in her creative life. She's a creative person. She's a stylist. She's everything. She does hair. She's fly, right? I bumped into her a few years ago, maybe like a year or two ago, like not that long ago. And we were so excited to see each other. We talked. We exchanged information, and that was the extent of it. Like, we had a bite to eat, and it was really nice catching up with her. She is like the only other creative human that I know. She's the only other creative human that I know, and that means a lot to me. I don't know. Can you imagine how lonely life is for me? I am a painter. I am so creative. I have so much energy bursting in me, creative energy, and it makes me feel so lonely not to have anyone to share it with. My husband, he's dope, John. We talk about art, we talk about all sorts of stuff, but it's not the same because he's not that type of person. Like, he loves music and he loves instruments, but he's not, it's not his life. It's not in his soul like it is in mine. And so he has a different direction and purpose in life. And so I'm a creative person that doesn't have a single creative friend, and it is lonely as fuck. And it makes me desperate. And I'll explain the desperation to you in a minute. So we saw each other, we exchanged information, and zoom into the future. We don't get to quite meet up or hang out or anything like that. I had like a whole fucking fantasy of how our friendship was going to be a really creative one. We could share creative energy and just create together or anything possible like that. And she doesn't need me at all in any case. Like, she's successful, like I said. To me, if you make money off of your art, you're successful. And she's definitely making money off of her art. So it was more for me, like, it was nice for me to meet someone, to see someone that we can bond with over art or things like that. So I was trying to reach out to her. There was one time we were supposed to hang out and we didn't. It was miscommunication. And then after that, I continued trying hanging out with her. And in my mind, she's a really busy person. Like, she seems like a jet setter, so she's busy. So I tried to reach out to her. I saw her being active on her social media, and I tried to, even on there, I would comment and try to talk to her, texting her, and she never replied. And so I felt like, okay, so maybe you just don't want to be friends and want to hang out. So I stopped texting her. And honestly, I texted way too many times, like 5 times or something like that. That's a lot for someone that doesn't reply to you. I don't do that. I wouldn't advise anyone to do that. But I'm doing this thing where I'm not as hard as I once was. Like, I used to be mad hard. And if you don't reply to my message, and I'm not going to try again. You know what I mean? Like, I'll take that as a sign. I'll take the hint and I'll keep pushing. But with her, I gave her the benefit of the doubt because this is who I'm growing into. I'm growing into this person that tries not to jump to conclusions and assumptions. And so I continued reaching out to her. No reply. I got the picture. I just left her alone and I unfollowed her on Instagram. I haven't reached out to her since then until yesterday. Yesterday, I was contemplating writing in my journal, feeling feelings and emotions. And I texted her. And I said, hey, are you in New York? Would love to catch up with you. And then she replied like 5 minutes later, and she said, how are you? Or something like that, like a greeting, like, hope all is well. I think, yes, hope all is well. You want to catch up with me, but you unfollowed me on Instagram, ? And then that smiley face that's flipped over, where it's almost, I love that. That's actually my favorite smiley face. But I'm sure she meant it like, I'm confused or whatever. So I replied, Instagram is not, to me, is not for relationships. I hope you understand. And after that, she didn't reply. And I said, okay, now I get the picture. And I didn't feel anything, which made me feel so good. Because normally I would feel some kind of sting. You know, it was sting. This is someone who was a friend of mine back in the day. Someone who I was hoping we could connect with. And, you know, just be in each other's lives. To have a creative friend to talk shit with and share the energy. You know what I mean? It made me feel like, honestly, I was caught up wondering what happened. Like, and this is why I'm presenting this question to you all now. Like, is there an etiquette that I have to follow you if we're like gonna have some kind of friendship? The people that I cherish the most, we don't have an online relationship at all. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I thought that maybe her and I could, because I know her already. I think that's the thing. Because I know her already, I'm like, you know, like I thought we were gonna be friends again or something. But it wasn't that, and I told John, and John, you know, I showed him the message because, you know, sometimes it's good to get that other perspective. I have grown into somebody that I don't even know. Like, I am such a giver. Like, I give you the benefit of the doubt all the fucking way. And honestly, the old me wouldn't. Like, I would be like, don't text her. She doesn't want to fuck with you. Like, just leave her alone. If it was the old me. And if someone was asking me for advice, I'd be like, don't do it. You've done enough. You've done more than enough. But I'm growing so much that I think I don't know, I'm losing a sense of myself that I need to gain back, because it's obvious, like it's more than obvious that she doesn't want to talk to me. I just don't want to assume things about people. I don't want people to assume things about me. Ask me. You know what I mean? So I guess that's what that's where she's at right now. Like, she just, she needs me to follow her online, which she doesn't even need my follow. She's good. She's more than fine. She doesn't need me. I know that. I don't know what it is, because I can't think or feel for another person, and so I can't understand where she's coming from. And if she would have told me, like, if I would love to have that conversation just to say what's up, like what happened, and we can understand each other better, because I don't understand that world. Like, I don't understand the world where if you don't follow me, we're not friends. I don't get it. So I showed John, and John said, damn, like, you know, and then he looked at my message, my reply, and he said that my reply seemed cold. And that is the thing about fucking texting. Like, I don't ever want to have a conversation that's not warm. Like, if we're not saying, hey, what's up, miss you, or something warm and positive, I don't like to text about, like, serious shit. You know, to avoid all confusion, because sometimes people read your text message totally different than the way you text it. You know what I mean? Like, people give it a life that it never had, or a feeling that it never had, or that you didn't intend at all. And that's why texting is tricky, especially when you're beefing. Like, you should not text. Like, pick up the phone. The worst thing you could do is text during a fight, or in the beginning of a fight, or anything like that. So I let it be, because I don't want to be over the top desperate. But the truth is, I'm desperate. And this is what happens to me for being desperate. I'm so desperate that maybe I lost my faith in myself, because I'm about to start this job again, 9 to 5, and it's making me pull at life. Like, I'm grasping for air. I'm just pulling and clawing at anything that could connect me to the creative space that I want to be in, the creative world that I want to be in, without feeling like I'm giving up on myself in this 9 to 5. I want to have a fucking connection. And I tried Meetup, and I tried things like that, you know, to share my life with someone, or people in general, like more than one person. I tried YouTube events, and I exchange information with people, but it led to nothing. All I want is to share a life with another creative person, and that's it. And sometimes I feel like I'm so fucking selfish, over the top, like ungrateful, because I do have dope people in my life. They are wonderful. My sister, my husband, my 2 friends, Jamaica and Camilla, they're dope, but there's a part of me that I can't express with them, or can't live with them, and that's my creative part, my artistic life. Anyhow, so I just thought it was so odd, and I don't know what the fuck to do about it, except nothing. Like, the best thing I can do in this situation is nothing, because that's that, you know. I feel like I'm afraid to make assumptions about people because of my history with how aggressive I've been in the past. Like, I've had many times where people tried it, and I let them fucking have it, and I don't regret it, because I feel like regrets are the biggest waste of time. Not to say that if you could do it again, you will do it differently. Like, that's fine, sure. But to be like, oh, I regret it, I wish I could have done differently, I think it's a waste. You're living in a place that doesn't exist anymore. Like, today is what you have, and you're wasting it living in, like, 5 years ago. You know, regretting something that is like, you know, gone. But I'll tell you a time of how aggressive I was at one point. I have a sister. Well, she passed away. She was infected with HIV, and she passed away of AIDS a few years ago. I have always been slightly afraid of her, because she had just tendencies that I didn't trust, and I knew that I couldn't trust her. I knew that she was the shadiest, and so I stayed away from her. Slowly but surely, I started to stay away from her. And then she did this one thing to me, which was so intense and so painful. That I called her up, and I fucking let her have it. I was wild. Like, I basically, when someone does something to offend me, someone that I love, or someone that was supposed to be someone that I can trust, does something to hurt my feelings, like something really foul to me, I go into my bag of who you are. Like, I go into who you are. I say, I just put up a mirror to your face. That's all I do, but that can be a lot. So with her, I basically gave her a story of her life. I told her, these are all the reasons why you find yourself infected with HIV now. That's why you have it. That's literally how I said it. Like, I said all the things about her and her life, blah, 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 blah. And I said, that's why you have AIDS. And this is a phone conversation. And it's harsh. It's so fucking harsh to talk to someone like that. And I know her. We grew up together. I know that she had it rough. But as long as I can remember, she's been that way, the way that she is, and foul and shit, and you know, and I fucking let her have it, and I should have, like, I would not do it again today. Like, I wouldn't talk to anyone like that, even if someone just spat on my name and fucking talked all sorts of shit about me. I wouldn't. I know myself. I wouldn't do that now. Since then, it has been people that have tried me, that have hurt me really badly, that I, you know, had me crying for a day or two, like fucking screaming, crying. But I don't OD on them, because I feel like with power comes great responsibility. My power is that I know myself and that I love myself. And a lot of people out there don't love themselves, live really jealous, bullshit, fucking horrible lifestyles. And I feel like if you are the type of person who doesn't love herself, like, I shouldn't use my wisdom to attack you. You know what I mean? That's not what wisdom is for. But that's when I was really hot, really, really emotional. I couldn't control that part of me at the time. I couldn't control my feelings. If someone hurt me, if someone hurt my feelings, then I was going to defend myself in what I thought was defending myself in that manner. But that was whack, and I would never do it again. So because of that, I constantly question myself now. I think that has traumatized me to the point where I question everything that I do and everything that I say now to people. In this regard, when it's something like serious and something negative, I question myself all the time. I wonder if it's me. I wonder what I did, what I could do better or differently. I'm not above, you know, questioning myself. I'm not, like, I don't think I know it all. But anyhow, I know that I'm not going to text her again. And hopefully she'll text me and say, what's up? Like, I guess there was a misunderstanding. We could clear it up. But that's it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm letting it be. Anyhow, so I've had, you know, I've been like that a lot. I've been like OD. And I don't want to be like that anymore. The thing that happened with Cardi B recently, when she, you know, she had the issue where they were using her, the media, whoever was using her baby as clickbait. Like, I thought to myself, like, when I heard how angry she was and the rage in her voice, it was undeniable that this woman, like, she just reminded me of me. She reminded me of how I was when I used to get fucking angry. And it's all from fucking anger and even a little bit of pain. Like, you're like, oh, you tried me. Like, I fucking loved you and you tried me. Like, she doesn't love that reporter, but she gave them her time and her respect, and that's how they rewarded her. And that's the thing that always gets me to OD. Like, when someone that I care about hurts me, oh my goodness gracious. But, you know, like, for example, I had a sister that died of AIDS. Cardi didn't offend me, and that's because I've been in her shoes. Like, I've never wished AIDS on anyone, like, in my life, but I've been in her shoes, which I OD'd. I OD'd on people. And, you know, and I'm sure Cardi will reflect on it and most likely never say that against anybody in her life. But I wasn't gonna fucking eat her alive or burn her at the stake for being emotional. I've been there, and I hope I never go back there. I don't think I will, though. I'm like so close to Zen. Anyhow, so in my honest opinion, social media, it should be something that uplifts you and delights you in one way or another. And if a friend unfollows you, they could be saving your relationship. Like, I've never seen someone, or I've never met someone that's like, yo, look at my friend's dope selfie, she posted another one. I've never seen anyone that truly, you know, is delighted by their friends on social media. So, I mean, unfollow your friend and save the friendship, you know? Right now on my blog. Okay, so I just recorded and I just talked about how I question myself, and I don't want to assume anything ever in my life, and so I question every little thing. And look at my horoscope. Daily News has been right on the money lately. So, Leo. Sometimes when you try to fool yourself to shield your pride, you leave yourself open to being misled by others. Similarly, you could magnify a perceived slight. Ask questions when uncertain about someone's intentions. It's better to know the truth than guess. Okay, that's dope for so many reasons, because it suits me and my ways, my life, how I don't want to live a life of assumptions. But it also suits my friend, the one with the text messaging IG unfollow. She's a Leo, and she's like a true Leo. She is like right at the beginning. I'm right at the end where you're almost a Virgo. Look, Leo lasts up to August 22nd, and my birthday's the 21st of August.
Rolling on the course.
How did you feel about the big game?
When you're new fucking coach.
Hey! Hello, it is October 19th, Saturday. Caught up just being with family, and now I've been watching the news and I do not want to be out here.
Can I get in there?
And say hi.
Oh, music.
Y'all want to give advice? It's for my YouTube channel.
Yeah, I'll give you
Hey! Alright, quick random advice. Go ahead.
Like to smoke
Chase your dreams.
Hey!
Not
smoke
money.
weed and go to school.
Okay,
Weed is
thank you.
natural. No other drugs.
Have a good night. So I try not to watch the news, but the news was on in the background, and they showed like the video of a girl getting mugged, a woman getting mugged, and she gets punched in the face. And I think she was in the Upper East Side or something. She gets punched in the face from behind, and they try to like mug her, but they never really get a chance to grab her purse and to take her purse. But that punch looked so intense to me, and it made me scared. Now I didn't want to go outside. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna stay home. But there's so many things that I'm missing for my boo's birthday cake tomorrow. I'm making his cake tonight. His birthday's tomorrow. And I gotta do what I gotta do. This is what I get for waiting. I love when people are as welcoming as that crew that you saw back there that just wanted to get in on the video. That happens a lot when I'm out here recording. Some people are excited by the camera, and then sometimes it's not like that, and I have to ask people, do you want to give advice for my video? Because nobody approached me, so I have to approach them, and then I get a lot of no's. Like you guys see, I have a single piece of advice. But sometimes I get a lot of no's before that one person is like, okay, I'll do it. Good morning. It's Sunday, October 20th. It's John's birthday. I got some balloons from Dollar Tree. And I got parchment paper and baking pans from Dollar Tree also. So I hope that it works fine and nothing goes wrong. So I'm just going to go to the supermarket now and get the other ingredients that I don't have, like powdered sugar. For the most part, I have everything else I need except powdered sugar and carrots. So yes, I was reflecting on my fear last night, and I think that I'm sure it's just because of the news. The news can frighten anybody. Happy birthday, dear John. Happy birthday, my baby. Morning is October 21st, Monday. Yesterday was John's birthday, so I fell asleep at night. I got home late, fell asleep without doing my nighttime routine. My nighttime routine is just warm water, rinsing my face with warm water, applying moisturizer, and applying Vaseline on top. The Vaseline is what makes it the nighttime routine. The Vaseline usually helps me lock in my moisture, and I wake up and I'm not so puffy in the morning. So since I didn't do that last night, I'm puffy this morning, as you can tell. So I have a lineup here of mini glass bottles. This one is a little Hennessy bottle. It's pretty cute. This helps me depuff in the morning. If I'm puffy, it helps me depuff in the morning. And it also feels good. So even if you're not puffy, this would just feel so good in the morning. Once you start using them, like massaging your under eye with them, they lose their coldness. They get warm, and so that's why I have more than one. I have this one here, a little syrup bottle. I think I got this from Canada. I can't remember. And then this one here is from Cracker Barrel. It's a little syrup bottle. But if you don't have those little restaurants, and you're not going to be out of town and visiting those cool restaurants that have like Cracker Barrel, that's from PA. If you don't have anything like that close to you that gives you little tiny cute glass syrup bottles, then you could just go to the liquor store if you're of age and buy a little liquor bottle, and that works too. It just feels really nice. So yes, I have more than one because they get warm, and so once one starts to warm up, I'll just grab the next one. So I didn't record my outfit last night, rushing. Anyhow, this is what I wore. This is an old jacket that I got years ago, leather jacket. I don't know what these are called, motorcycle jackets. Anyhow, I wore it over this beautiful thrifted beaded dress. It's a few sizes too large for me, so I cinched it at the waist with the belt. It's gorgeous. It's silk and beadwork, and that is it. It's beautiful. I've shown you this before in a haul. It's really, really heavy. It has 2 slits on the side. I wore this outfit with my my Doc Martens that I just got, and my these here, my wool socks, really nice and thick, no stockings or anything like that under, and there was a lot of leg because I constantly had to pull up my dress because I felt like I was kind of dragging it. Anyhow, so this was the outfit. I didn't get to record it. I feel like it's a little overly trendy. I don't know, it's just something about it feels trendy to me, but for me, it's perfectly vintage, perfectly fly, perfectly casual, but something about it. And I think it was a jacket that made me feel like it was too trendy. And I think deep down inside, that's probably why I didn't record it. But I did look fly, so it was a nice one. It's a really beautiful fall day. So nice out here, blue skies. So I'm in Central Park right now. I walked over after the movie Parasite. I wanted to touch on a subject that one of my new subscribers touched on in my last, a few videos back, where I talked about my sister and having issues with feeling like I'm being drained from our relationship. I mentioned that I stay away from certain family members and certain people in my life, period, because they're bad for my health. And so somebody commented, a new subscriber, and she said something to the effect of feeling selfish because you stay away, and now because of my video she felt like her feelings were valid. I wanted to touch on that because I've been in that situation. A while back I saw a meme that said something like, one day you're going to realize why that aunt stays away, and then I saw a comment right under it that said, yeah, but what about the kids? That's so selfish. And that comment really got to me. It really made me feel like something deep that was easily triggered. And I guess that's the same thing this young lady's going through. So I'll tell you a story of a scenario where you can try to help somebody, and even though they're not the bad person, they are related somehow to that bad person and that bad toxic person that you want to stay away from. And trying to help this person that's close to them will bring them back into your life, will bring the negative bullshit back into your life. So my niece, she was at the time about 17 or 18, I don't know. She was having issues with her father, and I reached out to try to support her. And I've told you all that my way of reaching out and my way of being is very, very raw. It's raw. And so I text her and I said something like, and it was a long time ago, so I don't really remember word for word, but it was something basically saying, he ain't shit, he ain't got shit, and don't let him fuck with you. You have the entire future ahead of you. Don't let his whackness fuck with you. Something like that. He got a hold of that message and he replied to me. So now he has my number. Now he's back in my life. You know what I mean? He texts me like a paragraph this long talking about, I'm a whore, I'm a hoe, I had 20 abortions, all sorts of shit. Because when men, not even men, people in general, immature people, when they have nothing to say to you, they grab at your vagina. If you're a woman, your vagina is the first thing they come for. There's nothing that they have on you, and so they grab at your vagina. Anyhow, I didn't reply to him because, as I mentioned in the beginning of my video, I used to OD in my responses when people hurt me and got at me. I would just be really factual, but it would be like really raw and too much. So I didn't even reply to him, but it upset me. It put this piece of shit back in my life, and now I'm like frustrated and all that. So I realized that in this case, my niece, though she was still young, like 17, 18ish, she wasn't ready to let him go. And I want to help you, but if helping you is costing me and my sanity, and you're bringing negativity into my life, then I can't help you anymore. You know what I mean? She is a mother now, and from what I hear, she's like the best mother, and so I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that she's dope. So she's dope and doing her thing. But that's one scenario where you realize I could try to give it my all, and I could really try to help, but is it hurting me in return? Is this costing me something? Is it taxing me? Another scenario is where you're helping someone and they're not helping themselves. Like, they're just coming to you to release the stress on you, which is wrong. Let me make that clear. Like, someone just dumping all their garbage on you and going back to the same old scenario, red flag. Like, stay away. The question you want to ask yourself, and truly, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, is, am I really helping this person? Meaning, am I making a positive impact in their life? A permanent, positive, forward-moving impact, upward-moving impact. Like, is this person really trying to change their life now? Because if you're just using me to, pour your garbage on, then no, you're not. Am I just watching you fuck your life over and not really making a change? It's like watching someone, like, become a crackhead or inject heroin or some shit. You're just watching them tear away. Like, are you really helping them in their life? No. Walk away. It's simple as that. Walk away. And above all else, if it's taxing you spiritually, emotionally, mentally, you have got to walk away. You have to. I've spent my whole life learning this lesson because I have gone down really hard. Like, I've come down really hard on people because that was my link to them. Like, I've been linked to people emotionally, and I would go nuts on people. But it's not my position in this world to tell you about yourself. Go pay a therapist for that. There's things falling from this tree, and they're like these little, I don't know what they are, but they're gonna freaking knock a hole in my head. I feel like I have to move out of here. It's as simple as that. Is it taxing you spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically at all? Are you unhealthy because of this relationship? 2, is this person helping themselves in any way? Is your presence helping them in any way in life? A real change. If it's not, then the answer is in your heart. Like, in your heart when you have to go. I know in my heart when I have to go. When I am, at this point, you feel like you're just beating your head against a brick wall. Like, nothing is happening. Only you is hurting. Like, the only thing happening is you're hurting. That's it. I want to make it clear, because I always battle with this feeling like I'm too harsh. I want to make it clear that I'm not advising anyone to dead their friends or family members that have issues that are going through things. I'm saying that don't kill yourself trying to help somebody, because people will allow you to kill yourself trying to help them. People will bleed you out. And I'm not judging anyone. Like, I don't give a fuck what people do with their lives. I don't care if you're selling your vagina in the corner. I don't care what you're doing, as long as you're not violating anyone's human rights. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Hello, it's October 22nd. Tuesday. I wanted to give a culture report, meaning the things that I'm enjoying, the art that I'm enjoying, and I have 4 that are highlighted for you. So Hulu has the WuTang series, the WuTang An American Saga, and it is excellent. The actors are so good. The New York accents are better than I've heard in a long time. The guy that plays RZA, he does his voice so well. If you close your eyes, you feel like it's RZA that you're like listening to. The guy that plays Ghostface, like he really is highlighted for me because he's mad emotional, just like Ghostface. Like, Ghostface is super emotional, and he does it. Like, he has all the emotions, and he has the attitude, and he has all the inner battles that makes you an emotional person. He portrays it really well. I like, the one that plays Raekwon. He's really good. He has his little walk down and everything. He's the one that actually like makes me sad the most, because he's trying so hard to, like, his heart, you could tell that he wants to be in the music, but he's being pulled by a specific person, like kind of pulled back into the streets. Anyway, it's a good show. It's a really good show. It makes me appreciate WuTang even more to hear their story. That's why it's important for you to tell your story. The other thing is Betrayal on Broadway. Betrayal on Broadway is really good. I just saw it. It's a play, and it's the guy, I don't know his name, Tom Hiddleston. And all 3 of the actors are just really, really captivating. The screen, I don't know what you would call it. I guess you would call it cinematography if it was a movie, but it's theater, so I don't know, screenplay? I don't really know. It's just what they've done with the stage and how they capture time going forward, going backward with their stage presence is beautiful. It's minimal, but it hits hard. It's really, really done well. I really enjoyed Betrayal on Broadway. The First Wives Club, it says that it's on BET. I don't see it on BET though. But I watched, like, I binged it, and it's really good. I saw the movie back in the day. It was fun. It was cute and funny and all that. This show though, it's really done nicely. Sometimes I'm like, when they do, like, when they have a show based on a movie or whatever the case may be, like a reboot or a remake, they could drop the ball. It gets a little cheesy. The acting is obvious, but not these girls. These girls are really good. They do a really great job. It's Jill Scott, and she's dope. Which, by the way, looking at her, I feel like she looks like Ari Lennox. Like, certain gestures, and I don't know, it's something about her facial expressions and her voice that reminds me of Ari Lennox. And who else? Oh, the other actors, I don't know their name, but one of the girls is the one that used to be in Best Week Ever. And I love her. I've always loved her. She's like, I think she'll be like a dope friend. She's really funny. And the third one is dope too. She does. I almost forgot to mention this book that I'm reading, Woman Who Glows in the Dark. A curandera reveals traditional Aztec secrets of physical and spiritual health. So when I was a little girl, my mom and I got sick. My mom had what what the youth today call witchy ways of healing me. So so there's a few things that I remember from my culture, a few things that I could make out, that I can Google, but there's a lot more that I don't know. So I am Ecuadorian, by the way. I think that you all know that by now. So there's a lot in my culture that I'm not familiar with, and I'm trying to familiarize myself with it. The curandera culture is the healing of the mind, body, and spirit, including all three in the healing, rather than just the physical, mind, body, and soul, I guess you can say. Anyway, so far so good. I'm really enjoying it. It's Elena Avila, RN, MSN, with Joy Parker. Forward by Clarissa Pincola Estes, PhD. So yes, I'm really enjoying it so far. So that is it for the culture report, because you have to stay cultured in life. Don't let people fool you into thinking that, scrolling your life away is the thing. It's not. You got to stay cultured. You got to read books. You got to go to the movies. You got to go to plays. You got to go to the park. You got to, lay in the grass. I'm saying if you can, then do it. Like, you have to find a way to be a part of the world in a greater way, rather than just like whatever it is that's happening to you right then and there. For me, the arts is my way of growing and learning and being. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this vlog. Thank you very much for watching. If you have anything you want to share, please do so in the comment section. Welcome to all my new subscribers. You are more than welcome here. Thank you so much for subscribing, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.